Creditors are trying to find tens of millions of dollars that have gone missing after investors handed their money over to Canada's self-professed Crypto King. Aiden Pleterski promised those investors large weekly returns from his company. Now details of his lavish lifestyle are emerging from court documents and a bankruptcy proceeding. The CBC's Farah Morali has been digging into this story for us, and she joins us now live. So, Farah, tell us more about what you've learned about what happened here.
So, Diane, what we know is that the man at the center of this is just 23 years old. As you mentioned, his name is Aiden Pleterski. And from social media, we see that he appeared to live a very lavish lifestyle. He rented a $45,000 a month waterfront home in Burlington, Ontario. That's just southwest of Ontario. He owned nearly a dozen luxury cars, including a Lamborghini and 2 McLarens. We came across a paid content article that was cited on several websites that claimed he was Canada's crypto king, praising his success with Bitcoin. But from court documents and minutes from other proceedings, we got a very different picture of him. We spoke to a fraud recovery lawyer, and what he told us is that he was contacted by a company that claims that it lost $1 million to Pleterski. So what this lawyer did is he put out a public notice to see if there were others out there. And what he told us is that he was flooded with messages from investors, all claiming that they too lost money to Pleterski. They told this lawyer that they thought that their money was going towards some kind of crypto trading platform or to foreign exchange. They were promised massive weekly returns that, as we know now, did not materialize. Take a listen.
There's north of 160 people, north of $35 million. And given the amount of cash that we have seen from various people that have contacted us, cash that people are investing, I suspect there's quite a few other people who just simply haven't contacted us yet.
Now, Diane, we had a chance to speak to a woman who claims that she too lost money to Pleterski. She's a senior who lives in a city called Clarington here. What she told us is that she met Pleterski through someone she'd known for several years. She trusted him. She invested $60,000 for what she said was supposed to go toward her grandchildren. She hasn't been able to get back $50,000 of that. So, as you can imagine, a lot of frustration from these investors. And what we know is that Pleterski is now the center of a series of civil claims and, of course, a bankruptcy proceeding through which $2 million in assets has already been seized.
Right. Yes, we have that story on CBC.ca about his luxury vehicles that they're seizing, trying to, I guess, sell them off and get some money for these alleged victims. But Farah, what are we hearing from Pleterski himself about these allegations?
So we did reach out to him for comment, but didn't get a response. But we did get a statement from his lawyer. And what he essentially told us was that these claims being made by the investors are, quote, wildly exaggerated. He says that Pleterski never solicited money from anyone, that when others saw how much money he was making, they were essentially offering him money. He also said that these investors failed to question whether handing their money over to this individual that he was capable of handling it. We know that this is certainly a very unique case, something that, when I spoke to this fraud recovery lawyer, what he told me is that, he's seen a lot of cases like this, but not one that involves a 23-year-old Diane.
Yes, 23, unbelievable. All right, thank you so much, Farah. That's the CBC's Farah Morali.